man of the hour has arrived. Shohei Ohtani, that's his protection. Mookie Betts, the Los Angeles Dodgers, just hours after winning a marathon against the Toronto Blue Jays, an 18-inning classic, back at it to try to take a surging 3-1 series lead.
So enjoy the out of it, but we got a game later today, all right? Hey, we got a game later today.
Record-breaking game unlike anything we have ever seen. 19 total pitchers used. How are the Blue Jays and Dodgers going to follow that up in Game 4?
You know, last night was taxing on both clubs' pens, but it's kind of an all-hands-on-deck situation. You kind of figure out who's available and who feels good enough to pitch tonight.
It's the World Series. Everyone's feeling good. They like these situations. You know, we've responded well in these situations. In terms of second win, no, man. It's just wake up, get ready to do it again.
How do you follow up reaching base 9 times in a game? If your name's Shohei Ohtani, you do it by taking the ball as the starting pitcher. For the first time in the World Series, we get to watch Ohtani on the mound.
Yeah, there is no way to top last night. Oh, wait, yes, there is. The greatest show on earth. Shohei Ohtani.
All season long, the Blue Jays have overcome obstacles. They led the majors in comeback victories. They rallied in the ALCS after losing the first 2 games at home, but tonight they face perhaps their greatest challenge. George Springer is out of the lineup after leaving last night's game with right side discomfort. Bo Bichette will be the DH. The Blue Jays say Springer is day-to-day, but they are losing a player who has hit 23 career homers in the postseason on a night they are facing Shohei Ohtani. The odds are against them.
Popped up down the left field line. Kike Hernandez is open to Samuel makes the catch. Wow! Fresh off of last night's craziness, it's a highlight defensive play to start Game 4.
Kike Hernandez reaching over the short wall in foul ground down the left field line. A spectacular effort to get out number 1.
This is the matchup I wanted to see. These are 2 of the greatest stars in our game, and offensively they have done a nice job and slowed down Guerrero. No extra base hits. Of the breaking balls, the slower breaking ball is the only pitch that's going to give Guerrero fits.
Ohtani gets him on 3 pitches.
I know a lot of people think and thought, and probably still believe I'm crazy, but this is where he's the most comfortable, is on the mound.
The payoff. Bichette takes ball 4. And the Jays have their first base runner.
And that's what they're going to have to do. They're going to have to really battle a guy who can throw a lot of pitches in the strike zone and pick and choose their moments to make him work as hard as possible.
But the Blue Jays working deep counts against him. Bichette drew the walk. And we'll get a head start here with a 3-2 to Barger. Here it comes. A shot left side. Muncy able to get there and keeps it in the infield, but it's a hit for Barger. And it's a chance for the Jays in the first.
Just so many moments that felt like they could be the moment that kept on getting topped and topped again and topped by an even bigger one. Kirk had one of those early moments.
Swings and pops it up on the infield. Freddie Freeman at first. He reaches back and makes the catch. So back-to-back 2-out base runners stranded by Ohtani. A scoreless top of the first, and now he'll start his regiment to get ready for the bottom half. They're bringing the equipment out to the top rail on the warning track.
Ohtani last night on base all 9 times. His last 2 home games, he's been up 13 times. He's reached base 13 times. 7 out of 7 with 5 home runs his last 2 games at Dodger Stadium. Shane Bieber, 30 years old, out of Laguna Beach, California.
Ohtani checks his swing on a pitch on the outside corner, and I think that might have been a makeup call because that had the edge, and Bieber was walking around like it was going to be a K. Instead, a leadoff walk.
2 down, and at least you get not as quick of a runner at first base now.
I love the fact that Shohei Ohtani slid in the first inning. So for the next 5 or 6 innings or so, Shohei Ohtani will be pitching with dirt all over his pants. You never see that unless it's Shohei Ohtani.
Blue Jays stranded 2. Dodgers have Freeman at first with 2 out. And this 1-1 to Will Smith.
Hit well right center. Barger curling back toward the track, slows up, makes the catch on a well-struck flyout to end the inning. No runs, no hits.
1, 2, 3. The Blue Jays are sent down on just 7 pitches from Ohtani. Gosh, he has got an extra step here to start Game 4. He came off the mound in a flash to record that tapper back to him, and he gets through the second inning in quick order.
Dodgers trying to solve Shane Bieber in this game, the native of Laguna Beach who spent 6 seasons in Cleveland, won a Cy Young in 2020. You mentioned the Tommy John surgery that he had early on last year. Gets traded to the Blue Jays in July, continues to finish off his rehab, comes back and was way better than you would ever envision a guy would be after missing that much time. In the championship series, he won Game 3, dominated in Seattle with 8 strikeouts over 6 innings, but then in Game 7 he was out of there with 2 outs in the 4th. One of the things in last night's game that was amazing was these bullpens. As Muncy takes the 1-out walk, 2 bullpens that were the sore spots for the Cubs combined to throw 26 innings and keep it going deep into the night.
Well, for Tommy Edman defensively, the first game last night, he had a key error that sparked the Blue Jays' 4-run inning. But the second game, he made some unbelievable plays.
Waits on this 2-1 from Bieber. Edman up the middle, base hit center field. Muncy running the bases hard. Varshall's arm is not good. First and third wild.
Biggest part of the field on the infield is up the middle. And that's exactly where he went. Gets on top of the ball, hits it right back up the middle. Easy first to third situation. And now we got our first run scoring opportunity for the Dodgers. And Bieber's going to try to induce a ground ball here. Really trying to get a ground ball to shortstop.
With Kike Hernandez coming to the plate. Another one of the themes of last night's game. Neither team good with runners in scoring position. They combined to go 4 for 26.
I would say if he wanted to go for the punch out now, you go inside and up or inside off the plate, get him to be able to swing and miss. Now you go for the strikeout after all those breaking balls if Bieber goes to the fastball.
Walking a single, have him at the corners. Another 2-2 from Bieber. It is a fastball, and it's lifted to deep right field. Barger goes back on it. Steps into the warning track, plenty deep enough to bring home the game's first run.
The reason I didn't like that away is it's too easy to lift the ball away for that sac fly. You got to be so good inside to be able to do that as a hitter and pull your hands in. That pitch actually did him a favor to get that fly ball.
It'll be Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, Nathan Lucas, and Vlad Guerrero Jr. Again, no George Springer in the starting lineup.
Ohtani's 1-2 to Kiner-Falefa. A fastball, punch to second. Tommy Edman for the first down to the third. Back to the top of the order, Nathan Lucas comes up, and we go down to Tom Verducci.
Yeah, Shohei Ohtani left the ballpark last night at 10 after midnight. Now, as you mentioned, Joe, he loves his sleep. I'm not sure how much sleep he got in after last night. But it's interesting. I asked Dave Roberts about any hesitation about having him be a two-way player tonight. He had his lineup made up even before Shohei arrived. He said it was never a doubt that he was going to DH and pitch tonight.
Lucas rips a base hit into right field. Over to cut it off Hernandez. He holds Lucas to a single.
There's not much movement with that four-seam fastball. Throws it about 40% of the time. You have to be ready for it, a lot like Nathan Lucas was right there.
Ohtani would not show Guerrero that fastball much the first time he faced him today.
Now Guerrero's second look at him tonight. Ohtani struck him out on 3 pitches in the first.
There's a fly ball to deep left center field. Headed back there. It is gone. Vlad Jr. gives the Jays the lead.
Vladimir Guerrero Jr. lines one into the seats in left center, and the Blue Jays take the lead.
His 7th postseason home run, and that is a new Blue Jays franchise record. He broke the tie with Joe Carter and Jose Bautista. And the Blue Jays need a big night from Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Off to a good start. That's only the 4th home run Ohtani has given up this season, regular season and postseason.
I'll tell you, this guy's amazing, and he's ready for everything. I mean, this is the first mistake that Ohtani has made, and he didn't get it back.
Vladimir qui voit des ballons de plage partout. On en parlait. On vu un ballon de plage à la sortie des doigts de Shohei Ohtani. Une balle cassante, suspendue, et Vladimir l'a pas manqué.
This breaking ball is up, barrel of the bat, out in front, and I said if a spinner is in the zone, it's a recipe for a launched home run. All you got to do is backspin it as a hitter and get that barrel to the ball, and the ball just takes off.
After Vlad Jr. goes deep against him, he leads off. On a 2-2 from Bieber, he fouls it into the glove. Bieber made his best changeup of the night to strike him out.
Changeup acting like a screwball away from the outside part of the plate. And again, we talked about it all night last night. Nobody made those pitches against him. This is the part of the game that you got to watch for that fatigue and the adrenaline running off.
Breaking pitch gets him swinging, but it was over the plate.
Yeah, he has the stuff to get through this lineup. Don't get me wrong, but this is the part where you get the adrenaline is gone, and you're now working off of all the training you put in, all the effort to dominate on the mound. He's going to have to work really, really hard mentally on location from this point on.
Fouled into the glove, but that's back-to-back strikeouts where he didn't put it where he wanted it.
No, the fastball is just a little bit running on him. He's cutting a couple and missing a couple up, but his ability to spin the baseball, again, such a weapon for him on a 3-2 count. A hitter can't just confine to and commit to one particular pitch.
Another 2-2. Strikes out the side in the fourth.
Put a fastball by him as Ohtani strikes out the side in the fourth inning. Kirk, Varsho, and Clement all have their tickets punched.
Shohei goes back to work after he struck out the side last inning. Strikes out Jimenez with a back foot slider. 4 consecutive Ks. In the air to left center field. Routine for Kike Hernandez. 2 up and 2 down in the 5th. Base hit the other way from Lucas. Into the leadoff spot with Springer out. Moves up 1 spot in the order, and he's got 2 hits in this game, doubling his total from the first 3.
Vladimir Guerrero Jr. up after his 2-run homer in the 3rd.
It is a fastball right over the middle, smoked to center, but it pahes. We're halfway home in game 4. Shane Bieber giving the Blue Jays what they need a night after the bullpen carried such a huge load on both sides. Dodgers tied it with a home run from Ohtani last night in the 7th. But there's the tying run in the 5th. Strike 3. Sword from John Tumpane, the home plate umpire. Second time that Bieber has struck out his pitching counterpart. In the air to center field, Varsho is there. And on 1 pitch, Bieber's not going to let him find much out. Last night, the Dodger bullpen covered 13 1/3. The Blue Jays bullpen covered 12 2/3. These starters with pressure on them to go deep, and we got a pitcher's duel developing. 2-1 to the 6th. In the air to left field, Kike Hernandez drifting back to get the shot. Blue Jays trying to tie this series up. If they can win one of these 2 games where they are not favored when it comes to the starting pitching. Ohtani picks this one off and shovels to first. 2 out.
A wave and a miss. Strike 3. Strikeout number 6 ends inning number 6. Shohei Ohtani keeping the Dodgers in game 4.
While we all marveled at Shohei Ohtani, the Blue Jays are sitting over there with that smile that Vlad Guerrero gave us as we went to break, saying, hey, we're in front. Here's his 1-2 pitch to Freeman. Breaking ball, pull past Guerrero, sneaks under his glove into right field. A leadoff single for Freddie Freeman. His second hit of the ball game. 2 out of the 3 the Dodgers have. And it's another 2-strike knock for LA.
Yeah, tough play there. Tried to get a short hop. We've watched Guerrero make every single play imaginable at first base. This one hit too hard, and at least only a single.
Line drive center field. Varsho makes the catch. The Gold Glover in center field. Dalton Varsho takes a hit away from Will Smith.
And that might be it for Bieber.
Instead of allowing him to face Teoscar Hernandez. Here comes John Schneider. And a conversation here at first.
No, maybe not.
John says that he's told his starters if he runs out there, they have a chance to talk their way into staying in the game. If he's walking, you're done. John was walking, but Shane still talked his way into staying in. That's a line drive, base hit center field. Teoscar Hernandez scorches one into center. Tying run into scoring position.
Well, almost off the plate where he wanted it. And we talked about Hernandez, how he's staying on the ball a lot better here in the last 2 days. And that's the shortest 2 quick trips you're going to see a manager make.
1 pitch later, the Dodgers have Shane Bieber out of the ball game and have the Blue Jays bullpen forced into duty first.
And Mason Fluharty is coming on to deal with the left-hand hitting Max Muncy. Shane Bieber has given this team a chance to win.
Tying run at second, go-ahead run at first. Muncy sends a fly ball to center field that Dalton Varsho has spotted. And on one pitch, he gets out number 2.
Now it'll be the switch hitting second baseman Tommy Edman.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. Got him on a back foot sweeper. Fluharty comes in, gets the first pitch fly out, and a 3-pitch strikeout to end the threat. On to the 7th we go.
Dalton Varsho bangs the first pitch that Ohtani throws into right field, starting the 7th with a single. Blue Jays lead this game 2-1 on a home run from Vlad Jr. back in the 3rd. Dodgers just 1 run of support on 4 hits for Ohtani, who tries to get an out in the 7th inning for the first time as a Dodger and for the first time since July of 2023. Might try to extend a 9-game hitting streak. A lot of time to extend it last night. Cranks this ball to left center field. That's headed for the gap. That's headed for the wall. Varsho rounds 3rd and stops on a double from Clement. Screamer of a line drive puts him at 2nd and 3rd.
This is the point in the game I was talking about where your stuff and location has to be really, really good, because you lose the extension and late life on your pitches. So location, the later you go, is way more important, and that's going to be it for Ohtani. I mean, still a remarkable job to go into the 7th inning after 18 innings of baseball last night.
Strikes out 6, walks just 1. Blue Jays with at least 2 runs on 6 hits. Anthony Banda is ready to go in that bullpen. Ohtani leaves to a good hand. Down 2-1 as Banda and the Dodger pen takes over. Banda faced just 1 hitter yesterday. Finished off Tyler Glasnow's last game. And it started that marathon of relievers.
Dodger infield drawn in. The Blue Jays already up 2-1, but they got to add. It's really tough to cling to a 1-run lead against the Dodgers.
Well, this is when you shorten up and you're just trying to get the barrel to the baseball.
And not only has he put up a big fight, he's shown a lot of pitches to IKF behind him. 7 offered already by Banda. This is his first batter faced.
Big part of the Blue Jays offense has been the bottom of the order contributing through this postseason. Banda's 8th pitch, Jimenez comes through with a base hit to left center field. Varsho's in to score, and it's 3-1. Andres Jimenez battling with 2 strikes.
That was more like Blue Jays baseball that you've been seeing throughout the playoffs. Runners in scoring position, they have been stingy. This is literally put the bat on the ball and see what happens.
The more pitches you see, the more comfortable you become with that slider, with that fastball. And he got the off-speed pitch over the heart of the plate.
Kiner for left foot, scorcher to 3rd, moves to the first, double play!
Wow, that is something you can't do, though, at first base.
Does his hand get in there under his...
I'm not so sure it does.
Shoot. Muncy with a quick trigger to get it over there to first. Again, the call on the field is that he's out, so do they see enough in New York to overturn this call?
After review, the call on the field is overturned. The runner is safe.
That is huge for the Toronto Blue Jays.
Mark Pryor's coming out for a visit with Anthony Banda because John Schneider has dipped into his bench right here. He sends up Ty France to pinch hit for Nathan Lucas. Same aggressive personality that he managed last night's game with. France pinch hitting here in the 7th for a guy who was 2 for 3 tonight. It was high, he let it fly. Bouncer right side. Only play is at first. The run comes through the back door. And right away, that overturn call looms large as Clement comes in to score. And an RBI and a pinch hit ground out from Ty France. And that's going to do it for Anthony Banda. Those 2 runs are charged to Shohei Ohtani, but Banda, after they put Vladimir Guerrero Jr. on intentionally, unable to pick up where the bullpen left off last night with the heroic relief work. 4-1. Trinan's on for Bichette, and who was one of the trusted arms in last season's championship. He struggled mightily this October. There's another shot to deep left. Over the hill, Hernandez and against the wall. Bichette hangs on with a long single, and it's 5-1 Blue Jays.
Wall ball RBI single, Bo Bichette. 5-1 Blue Jays in the 7th. He tagged it out to left.
Like I said, he's slowly starting to look like Bo Bichette. That dugout is very excited right now. What a swing from him. And again, that's an important run. Yes, Andres Jimenez scoring the 5th run of the ballgame is very important. And if you're Addison Barger, you have to go to work because there's another important run standing out at 3rd base in Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Ground ball left side. Pass Mookie Betts, and it's 6-1. A 4th spot for the Jays in the 7th.
Dodgers are in business now, but again, those 2 runs out there standing at second and third with nobody out are essentially meaningless, and I'm sure Pete Walker is walking out to tell him that right now.
To do that, and maybe to buy some time for Jeff Hoffman, who just got up and throwing in the Blue Jay pen. He pitched 2 innings yesterday. I imagine they were trying to avoid using him. It maybe felt like a fresher Varland would be in a better spot here.
Edman shoots it to third on the ground. Clement has it. Teoscar Hernandez will score. The throw to first is in time to get Edman by a step. It's now 6-2. Muncy remains on second base.
But there's only 2 outs left, 1 down in the 9th. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Doubled up on it and punched him out on a curve. It was in the dirt, but Hernandez, screaming, walks back to the third base dugout rather than run down to first, 2 down. So it's 6-2 Blue Jays now. 2 outs, bottom of the 9th of game 4. Muncy on second and Alex Call up. Booming on deck is Shohei Ohtani. Call hits it in the air out to left. Straw going back, makes the grab. The Blue Jays tie the series. One night after heartbreak, they beat the Dodgers 6-2, and it is a best of 3 now for the World Series.
What a ball game from the Toronto Blue Jays on both sides of the ball.